Welcome back to the Bruce Bolt podcast, where we talk with baseball's best and brightest. We're here in the bullpen at Bruce Bolt headquarters. It's nice to be here. I'm Chris Hall, and I'm joined by founder and CEO Bear Mayer. He is our special guest today. You're the guest.
That's crazy. Thanks for having me, Chris. I'm just delighted to be here.
You're always here.
Yeah, but I'm delighted to be here as a guest this time.
Okay, sweet. Bear, we got a lot to talk about. You've been traveling the country again. Where you been? What have you been up to?
Just recently, I was in Colorado Springs.
Beautiful place.
Beautiful place. Great place. I was there for the USSSA military baseball tournament.
USSSA military baseball tournament.
Or not baseball, softball. Sorry.
Softball.
Slow pitch softball.
Slow pitch softball.
Yes. Unlike anything I've ever been to, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, tell me. I've never been to the USSSA slow pitch military softball tournament in a beautiful place such as Colorado Springs. What happened there?
Well, what I can tell you is it's very serious,
Is it?
Everyone's pretty serious
Is it really serious?
It's pretty serious. I mean, I don't think it's as serious as just regular slow pitch because all these guys know each other. They're all in the military together, but it is serious stuff. It's like it's not taken lightly.
So it's military guys.
Military guys, they're all members of the military, Navy, Army, Air Force, you name it. And yeah, they're just out there playing some slow pitch softball. The pitchers are like decked out in protective gear.
All right.
And it's interesting. The way they do it is interesting. A lot of home runs that get hit.
A lot of dingers.
A lot of tanks. But yeah, it was fun to watch. Honestly, I didn't know how entertained I was going to be. I was entertained.
This is the United States military's best slow pitch softball players.
Yes. Well, so here's the thing. Here's the thing is they're separated into, but they're all really good. They got separate categories. They got like B, they got A, and they got like, so it's kind of separated how like select ball is,
I see.
AAA and then up to majors, or like AA up to majors, something like that. I don't remember how select baseball, to be quite honest.
Okay. And is it true that Bruce Bolt's own Anthony Echte was playing? He was there.
Yeah, he was playing. And same with our own Tilly.
Oh, Tilly was playing
there
too.
Same with Phil Matt.
Wow.
We were represented, and we were represented heavily there. I mean, you could go up to whatever team was playing, and 90% of the team had Bruce Bolt on.
Really?
Crazy.
So not just our own guys were playing.
Our own guys. But we had other guys repping the brand. We had whole teams wearing our hats. Every single guy on the team wearing a Bruce Bolt hat.
I love it.
I mean, it's ridiculous. It was crazy.
We were rolling deep.
I've never seen that many people in one place wearing Bruce Bolt.
Did you feel like a minor celebrity of sorts while you were there? I'm just asking.
No, not particularly.
They didn't know who you were.
So people, this is kind of funny, but people knew the story, but in a way, I still haven't grown up to them. So I'm still a 16-year-old kid who started the company. So no one really like recognized that it was me.
I see.
They'd be like, they'd walk up, they'd be like, "Oh, this is a company started by a 16-year-old." Yeah. And Anthony would be like, "Yeah, he's right there." And
That's
it.
Go,
"You're not 16." I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm 21 now." It's been a couple of years.
Right.
But yeah, and they'd be, "Oh, that's cool. That's cool." And so, just sit there, have a little conversation.
Did you get to participate in any coin tosses?
No.
While you were there?
No,
I heard you were going to participate in a coin toss.
Anthony said that might be a thing. Ended up not being a thing.
It wasn't a thing.
Juliana and I were working the booth the whole time, because we were literally, I don't think there was a second that went by where we didn't have people looking to purchase some batting gloves or hats. So you went, support our own guys who were playing. Mm-hmm. Also be there, support the military, meet the veterans, have all our gloves on display. Tell us more about some of the people that you met. Yeah. I mean, everybody there is they're just all good guys. I mean, they're all characters in their own way, but really cool people, all, very dedicated to the game of softball, which is really funny. I mean, it seems fun, to be quite honest. Like, I would have jumped in and played. But Anthony, I'll tell you, he knows everyone there.
He knows everybody.
I swear, anyone who walked by, he'd be like, "Hey," whoever it was.
Yeah.
Guy was just on fire with it.
He hit some home runs.
Oh, he hit some absolute nukes.
He didn't get MVP or anything, did he?
Honestly, I don't remember. I think he might have gotten MVP.
Nice.
I think
he's
he might have.
MVP.
I mean, the guy was crushing it. But yeah, I mean, all around, it was a good time. Juliana had fun. I had fun. Anthony had fun. I mean, they won the tournament on Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they won.
Anthony's team won the tournament.
Anthony's team won the tournament on Saturday. So,
wow.
I mean, that was a great way to end it. Juliana and I packed up the booth because, you know, there were only 2 teams left, so no one was coming to. So we packed it all up, watched the game. Anthony hit like a 3-run home run. Great. I mean,
wow, 3-run home run. Shout out to Anthony.
I don't know if it was 3 runs. I'm saying 3 runs because it sounds better than 2, or just a solo shot.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna go 3-run.
Okay, 3-run MVP Anthony Eshte, home run king of the USSSA military tournament.
We'll go with home run king as well.
Okay, I'll take it. So you're back in Texas, but then something else happened when we got back to Texas. We had another special event. What happened when we got back to Austin?
We went to RBI Austin.
RBI Austin.
Mm-hmm. RBI Austin. We've been working with them since we started the company. When we first started, we were give a pair, get a pair, you know, and we chose RBI Austin as our organization of choice to, you know, go and donate to at the end of every year. And we've been doing it with them ever since, and it just keeps getting better, you know. We get to go for either their opening day or their opening day games. And it's really cool because all the kids will walk up, they'll try on the gloves, and they'll be like, oh, this pair fits. And then they just take their gloves, and a couple minutes later, you see them walking around with them on.
Awesome.
Playing some games. So, yeah, no, it's cool. It's fun.
In my mind, this almost looks like Christmas in July. I mean, I'm thinking y'all are there. You got a bunch of gloves. Kids are walking up, picking out which ones they want. I mean, I've never been. I didn't get to go last Saturday. Was it last Saturday?
It was on Saturday.
I didn't get to go last Saturday, but to me, it seems like such an incredible opportunity to give back to the baseball community, kids who are aspiring to be MLB players someday, getting into the game. It's got to be an awesome thing for us to get to play a part in that.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. You know, they get the gloves and they light up. You know, the parents do too, because they'll walk up and they'll be like, oh, how much are they? Like, they're free. And they're like, oh, no way. Free? And then the big hit this year is we brought hats with us.
Oh, you brought hats.
And like the hats were a huge hit.
I love that.
There were little kids who were trying to pull some fast ones on us, which was really funny.
Get a few hats or what?
Yeah, they'd come up, they'd get a hat, and then next thing you know, 2 minutes later, they're like coming back up. They've got like this kind of like mischievous look on their face.
Oh,
yeah.
Like,
my sister wants a hat.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, does she? Does she want a hat? And I mean, like, obviously, we'll give them another hat.
Okay,
That's
awesome.
not that big of a deal, but like,
awesome.
You're just like, I've pulled this one before when I was your age. Yeah. I know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. Are there going to be any more events like that around the country where we get to go and give away gloves like that?
We've also been doing it with our pro players since 2020 when Bader came on. But, you know, we make a starter glove in their colorway. So this year, you know, you've got the black Bader,
right?
Got the new baby blue Hap, and then the new red, white, and blue Nimmo. We'll go to each of their home stadiums, or wherever the organization has us go, and we'll give away around 250 to 500 pairs of gloves.
Love it.
To the organization's youth program, or if there's a YMCA or whatever it is that they want to donate the gloves to, we'll go with the player. Harrison will show up, Nimmo will show up, and they'll talk for a little bit, or they'll play like a game of wiffle ball.
Awesome.
And then, you know, the kids all get their gloves, super excited. They just hung out with the pro all day, and then now they get the same batting gloves.
Super cool.
So
that's going to happen in New York this summer.
Going to happen in New York. So we're going to go Bronx, Queens, and Wrigleyville.
That's awesome.
And then we might be doing another one. That one's to be determined.
Okay.
But yeah.
You're going to hold us in suspense.
I'll hold you in suspense until I know for sure, because I'm in suspense as well.
You know, what I'm in suspense about is who is going to be our next surprise guest on the podcast, because we want you on the podcast. You see how I segued that there?
Yeah, I saw how you
like
segued
that transition.
That was good, Chris. That was really good.
You know, the great thing about Bear, he's traveling all over the country, meet all kind of people. The Bruce Bolt community, the baseball community, the travel ball community, it's large. There's a lot going on. And you know, we don't have all the stories. There's a lot of stories, a lot of things that need to be said and told out there. We want you on the podcast. Bear, do you remember how they can do that? Get access to the podcast and come on here?
Yes, Chris, I do remember that. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to send an email to social@brucebolt.us. And in that email, you're going to want the subject line to mention something about a podcast. So either you can just make it podcast or I want to be in the podcast, but no matter what, you need to say podcast.
Podcast.
So that we know to click on it and give it a look. Because we get a lot of emails. We want to know which ones we need to get to urgently. Then past that, you know, in the actual email, give us a couple sentences, couple paragraphs, however much you want to write on your story.
A little story.
As an athlete, we'll take a look at it and we're gonna pick a couple of y'all to either come to HQ or be on the podcast from, you know, a Zoom call or whatever it may be, but we'll get you on the podcast and we'll get you talking with Chris and I and telling your story, you know, and all around it'll just be a good time, especially if you come to HQ.
Especially if you come to HQ.
Come to HQ, we'll have a time.
Yeah. We'll have a time. So until that time, I'm afraid we've got to run. Bear's a busy man. We got to go.
Chris, you're also busy.
I'm not as busy as you. I'm not flying all over the country here and there.
Well, I don't have
everywhere.
a flight today.
Right. I appreciate you joining me
you.
here on the pod, being back for another one. Until the next one.
Until the next time. Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Really appreciate it.